I want to talk about how the technology is transforming the future of retail and e-commerce. We came up with very interactive presentation today. मैं नहीं चाहता मैं बातें करूं और I just talk about technology and I don't want to bore you guys. So I'll just jump in right away and I'll kick off. So do you guys know that how many people and how many customers think that you think that they have done the best or we have done the best for them, but they are the customers who are actually not complaining? आपको अंदाज़ा हमें शायद as a service, it's for logistics, for retail, for any brand, there are a lot of people who are not happy and we still think they are happy. But actually, they're the people who are not complaining. They're the people who are not going to come back to a brand. So the consumer experience in Pakistan is we think we're doing something great, we think we're doing the best, but actually we felt, and as I work with both retail and consumers, and I'm working with my team, I'm working with your teams, I'm looking at the customer we're delivering to, we figured out that there are a lot of people who are actually unhappy. There are a lot of people who we think are actually complaining or actually not complaining or actually they're getting the best services, but they're the guys who are actually not complaining to us. So, and that's a stat that says 1 in 26 customers complain, the rest say nothing. The rest, they just go away. They never come back to you. So I want to walk you through a courier logistics journey that actually happens on daily basis with both of us. It's for the retail, it's for the logistics industry, it happens every day. So what I want to say about and talk about is that एक parcel जब एक customer order करता है online, what it has to go through every day from website to your warehouse, then we come up, we pick it up, we bring it back to our warehouse, then it goes out, और उसमें कौन-कौन से ऐसे pain points हैं या कौन-कौन सी ऐसी problems हैं जिसको हम daily face करते हैं, आप भी daily face करते हैं, but हमें लगता है कि शायद ये problems इतनी सारी BTS videos और इतनी सारी BTS problems हैं जो हमें ना नज़र आती हैं, ना हम देख पाते हैं, ना हम सुन पाते हैं, but that's, so me and my team, we've come up with a video that actually states, it's a small effort, maybe it's not that pretty, but it actually tells you the real story that happens on a parcel journey. Because in Pakistan, whatever we do, and whatever the logistics company it is, and whatever the retail brand it is, it still takes 4 to 5 days, or even 6 to 7 days to get a parcel delivered across Pakistan. And it's not about कि हमने लाहौर से उठाया और लाहौर में deliver कर दिया. It's about हमने कराची से उठाया और गिलगित deliver करना था, या पेशावर से उठाया और हैदराबाद deliver करना था. So it takes a lot of time. I'll walk you through the video. Let's see if you guys like it or not.
हेलो बाहर आके सर पार्सल ले लें अपना.
यार ऊपर आके पार्सल दे.
मेरे बैग में काफी पार्सल है, मैं ऊपर नहीं आ सकता.
यार क्या बकवास है यार, ऊपर आके पार्सल दो.
आपका ऑर्डर भी कैंसिल कर दूं?
यार पार्सल दे.
पहले पैसे दे दें, ऐसे अलाउ नहीं है.
यार ये पकड़ पैसे.
मेरे पास चेंज नहीं है.
ये मजाक है यार तुम.
बाकी फिर मैं टिन सब्जियां. यार अस्सलाम वालेकुम खुरम भाई, क्या हाल है? ठीक है खुरम भाई, एक राइडर भेज दीजिएगा, 50 पार्सल भी करवा दें.
हाँ असलम किधर है?
मैं फिरोजपुर रोड पे.
यार जल्दी कर, वो H&D से 50 पार्सल पिक कराने हैं.
यार मैं तो बहुत ज्यादा फंसा हूँ.
मुझे नहीं पता क्या कह रहे हैं. उधर जल्दी पहुँच उधर 2 मिनट में पहुँच.
मैं देखता हूँ.
ओके.
यार ये बात, अरे यार ये तो बहुत सारे हैं, मुझे नहीं पता लेके जाए.
खुरम भाई ये पार्सल तो 50 से ज्यादा है यार. आप गाड़ी भेजें, मैं इतने पार्सल बाइक पे नहीं लेके जा सकता.
रखा रखे तुम्हारे रखे अब बहुत है चल बच जा ऐश कर जा
कल ये 23/20 ही कितने का नहीं पता घर तो फिर नहीं मिलना
वो ऐसे मैं रहा उधर
I hope you guys like the video. And this actually tells the true story behind a parcel's journey. This is something we don't see every day, but when we sit down at the rider's level, we see it every day. You saw it in the video. There were a lot of छोटे points कि वो 1st December को order customer कर रहा था और 5th December को deliver हुआ है. उसमें rider address ढूंढ रहा था. There was a name plate, but there was no address. अब 23/B/C टाउनशिप गूगल पे तो हमें नहीं मिलता और वो लोकलाइज राइडर शायद ढूंढ ले शायद ना ढूंढ पाए. दैट वाज वन प्रॉब्लम. द अदर प्रॉब्लम वाज कि वो पहले गया उसने रीअटेम्प्ट किया दूसरे दिन उसने कहा यू नो व्हाट फॉरगेट इट मैं यहीं बैठ के रीअटेम्प्ट कर देता हूँ. दिस हैपेंस एवरी डे. वो ब्रांड ने कहा 50 पार्सल है वो बाइक पे चला गया जब वो लेने गया तो उसने कहा ओ पार्सल तो 200 है. उसने कहा अब तो मुझे गाड़ी चाहिए. जो काम 15 मिनट में हो सकता था वो काम इट टुक 2 आवर्स. हमने थोड़ा सा ऑटोमेट करने की चीज़ें करने की कोशिश की बट अगेन इट्स द कल्चर वी नीड टू चेंज वेयर यू नो व्हाट्सएप वॉइस मैसेजेस कॉल्स जब तक हम इस कल्चर से बाहर नहीं आएंगे तब तक ना हम ऑटोमेट कर सकते हैं ना किसी और को ऑटोमेट करने देंगे. सो दैट्स आई विल वॉक यू थ्रू द वीडियो. सो the next thing I want to talk about is what's the future of a logistics company in Pakistan? Either we get into distribution. We thought about it. We thought, what can we do? How can we grow from where we are today? We thought about what we can do is we get into freight business, we get into distribution, we open retail stores. I guess Pakistan में इससे ऊपर किसी logistics company का there's no future. So that was one way of growing. The other way of growing was that how can we solve pain points of e-commerce industry? How can we solve pain points of retail industry as well? Right now, the biggest problem and the biggest challenge in Pakistan is that any retailer, any entrepreneur, anybody who is selling anything online and of retail as well has no brand loyalty with any logistics company. So anyone, it's not Swyft, it's whatever the company it is, there's no loyalty for anybody because you'll just drop down menu, you'll toggle down, you'll click another button and the parcel goes to somebody else. And all of us will end up getting into a price war, which will end up being a commodity and nothing else. So we saw retail industry very, very closely and we figured out that how about we help you guys growing and eventually that will actually help us grow as well. So I will just walk through the retail points first. So what happens today? We came up with the idea that it's called Pac-Man and I think सबने बचपन में ज़िंदगी में कभी Pac-Man खेली होगी या देखी होगी. This is what we feel like and we've seen it very closely कि जब आपके production house से एक चीज़ निकलती है, it comes out, it's packed, फिर QC पे आती है, you unpack it again, you do the QC, you pack it again, you send it to your warehouses. Few brands have done e-commerce separate, retail separate. वो e-commerce और retail की separate packing करते हैं. It goes out to the warehouses again. वो दोबारा unpack करते हैं, barcode लगाते हैं, फिर pack करते हैं, फिर unpack करते हैं, hard tag लगाते हैं, फिर pack करते हैं, फिर दुकान पे भेजते हैं, दुकान वाला unpack करता है, shelf के हिसाब से folding बनाता है, वो फिर unpack करता है, जो बच जाता है दोबारा pack करता है, pack करके store पे रख देता है. So we said this is a Pac-Man game that the retailer plays every day. वो शायद हमें feel इसलिए नहीं होती because maybe we have cheap labor. Maybe we think that the turnaround time for our inventory, if it's 2 days or if it's 1 week, it's still so much better than the previous 5 years. But I still think every retailer and even the small entrepreneurs, tier 2, tier 3, they're playing this pick pack game every day. So we figured out, and I traveled the world, and I saw in the world that there are so many things that have been done. There are so many things that have actually solved these problems. और पाकिस्तान के अंदर हम सिर्फ और वो सारी चीज़ें नहीं हैं, वो सारी चीज़ें कोई 2012 से कर रहा है, कोई 2007 से कर रहा है. And I'm going to show you another video that will actually tell you that what if I have to do all of this for you? What if we as an organization or anybody else comes up with this idea and actually start processing your garments? So let's see the video and then I'll walk you through the video as well. This video, as you've seen, from your production house to the store, everything is processed under one roof. Everything is processed by one company. They're doing it for all. This automation is not affordable for an individual brand because of the volumes we have in Pakistan. But imagine an organization like us, who got volumes for all of you, can actually do this for you guys. Like, we can save time for you. We can help you with your visual merchandise. Like, what's the kind, Pakistan में एक merchandiser क्या करता है? That's the kind of thing he's doing at the store. आपका sales का बंदा steam iron कर रहा होता है, आपका sales का बंदा foldings बना के दे रहा होता है. So idea is, what if we deliver you in hangers and foldings according to your shelf sizes? क्योंकि अभी, as I was saying, it was a Pac-Man game. वो जब store पे आता है, the guy is actually going to unpack it again. He's going to pack it again. वो जब unpack करता है अपनी foldings के हिसाब से, अपनी shelves के हिसाब से foldings बनाता है. That's a huge pain point. And imagine that a warehouse at an industrial area is going to cost you 30 rupees, 40 rupees, max 50 rupees per square feet. A storeroom at the back of your store is going to cost you the same price of your rental, because आपने तो 5,000 square feet या 10,000 square feet, probably 15,000 रुपया per square feet पे लिया हुआ है. The storeroom costs you the same. And this is not something new. This is something that has been happening in the world. And I've seen the video you just saw. That's an old railway station in London, जहाँ पे सारी railway lines के अंदर automated hangers, they keep moving inside. And it's not that expensive. It's not that we can't afford it. It's just that we don't think like this. We don't think that we can automate things. We don't think that we can help save time for retailers. We can help save time for us as well. So imagine I'm delivering you in hangers and foldings to your store, how much time and money and cost it would save you. So let's go back. These are a few things we would love to solve for retailers in the next coming 3 to 4 years. And I want to go back to e-commerce, which is my favorite thing to talk about. So what is the future for e-commerce? The future for e-commerce is quick commerce. I know a lot of people would think that a lot of other companies have tried doing quick commerce, which is Food Panda, which is maybe grocery deliveries, food deliveries. But this is very, very, very different, because हमारा पाकिस्तान में एक problem है that we think if we're going to charge a delivery fee to a customer, he's going to churn. I can tell you he's not going to churn if he's selecting a service himself. If he needs a delivery in an hour, he can pay for that delivery. If I want to buy something for rupees 5 or 6 or 7,000 rupees, for example, a shoe at Hush Puppies, which is more or less the premium shoes cost me 4, 5, 6,000 rupees. 5,000 के जूते के लिए अगर आप मुझे चाहिए भी घंटे में, तो घंटे के लिए मैं 300 रुपया, 400 रुपया, 500 रुपया दे सकता हूँ. Why we think the quick commerce doesn't work in Pakistan? It's because of the unit economics. Because unit economics doesn't make sense for quick commerce to grow and evolve in Pakistan. Because we think the customers are not willing to pay, whereas we've never asked the customer that if I give you something premium, will you be willing to pay me something? So, and the other other thing I want to talk about is that अभी पाकिस्तान का एक और बहुत बड़ा pain point है, which is cash on delivery. So how do we change this, and how do we make sure that your orders that are being going out are not cancelled, are not returned, are not coming back? क्योंकि अभी आप लोगों के लिए शायद बहुत different है, जब आप retail की दुकान से कुछ बेचते हैं, आप पहले पैसे लेते हैं, उसके बाद वो सामान उसको देते हैं. Cash on delivery e-commerce is very different because now you don't have the money in your bank, but that garment or that article is processed, it's out of your system, it has gone out, but there's no money at the behind. Then you guys are actually waiting for us to give you the money back. So one is either we get rid of cash on delivery, or who are your customers? Your customers are millennials, your customers are Gen Z. Gen Z and millennials are going to change their mind in just like that, because maybe they've ordered something and they're going to see something else on an Instagram page and they're going to like that more. और फिर वो कहेंगे अच्छा ऑर्डर आएगा कोई बात नहीं हम कैंसिल कर देंगे हमने कौन से पैसे दिए हुए हैं. So if we really don't want them to change the mind, either we need to get rid of cash on delivery, or we just need to get into quick commerce, which is we need to get that package delivered in an hour to them. So we don't let them change the mind. So how can we get into quick commerce? The first thing is first mile. The first mile is when the order lands at your store, at your website, you pick and pack. So imagine अभी जैसे मैं वीडियो देख रहे थे आपको रात को 9:30 पे जब ऑर्डर आया है, the warehouse is closed. Nobody is picking and packing that order. The next morning somebody is going to wake up, pick and pack that order for you, and then जब वो सारा दिन सारे orders pick and pack कर लेगा, फिर हमें बताएगा किसी भी logistics company को, वो हमें order देगा, फिर हमारा बंदा वहाँ जाएगा, वो 50 parcel 100 parcel वाला ड्रामा होगा. It will take another day to pick that order up from you guys, bring it back to my warehouse. I'll sort, I'll batch, I'll send it to somebody else, I'll send it to Karachi, I'll send it to Lahore, wherever I need to send it. That will take another day. फिर वो address नहीं मिलेगा, rider का drama, it will take 4 to 5 days. We cannot change this. We cannot venture into quick commerce till the time we don't get rid of the first mile. So I'll tell you how can we get rid of the first mile. I went to London, and I went to US, and I went to a small country called Finland. Not a small, but small in population. Imagine this warehouse is 9 years old. This is not new. This is nothing that is going to be, oh, badi zabardast technology. This is one of the outdated technologies for them. For us, this is just few $1 million, and yes, you need a lot of volume for that, which actually we can afford. So the idea is that average parcel journey is 4 to 5 days in Pakistan, and we waste on average 1.5 to 2 days on playing that Pac-Man game. Pick and pack and give it to us, we'll play with that parcel, we'll send it out, the rider will play with that parcel. So instead, imagine instead of playing with that package for 2 days, what if I hold your inventory, I pick and pack, and the warehouses I've just shown you, we're already under talks with them. The warehouses you've seen in the video, the average pick and pack is just 35 seconds. 35 seconds, picked, packed, labeled, sorted on the belt. Just 35 seconds. So imagine how can we just revamp this whole industry and get into quick commerce. So the next thing, and this was a great discovery, we just had it like 3 weeks ago. The next thing, first mile ke baad, is, okay, now we're going to go out and deliver the package. That means we need to optimize the route. That means we need to have a correct Google pin. We need the rider to know where to deliver it. Not like the video ke wo meher house ke bahar se guzar hai, but wo पूछ रहा है उसी घर के बाहर खड़ा होकर कि मैं ये address कहाँ है क्योंकि उसमें meher house लिखा है, घर का address नहीं लिखा हुआ. So we figured out, because every time our parcel is delivered, we take a pin location for that address. We had 28.6 million pin locations, and if we, हमने उसमें से repetitions सारी निकाली, So we had 15 million pin locations unique across Pakistan. Like, can you imagine that's a data that even Google Maps would have it, but Google Maps doesn't have 226 via block Defense Housing Authority. It doesn't matter if it's 226 via block -DHA phase 4. It doesn't matter to us because we've got the pin location for that. So we had 15 million pin locations, and we thought, and as I can see people from the government are saying here, what if we give postcodes to all these pin locations? Now, if we start giving postcodes, now imagine you're buying something on a US website, you just put your zip code and your address pops up. Now, your address pops up means that every postcode is unique, or every zip code is unique, and that's the future of Pakistan, which we see in next 3 to 5 years, that every nameplate outside the door should have a unique postcode, keh lein, usko zip code kahein, and we would love to sit with you guys to figure it out, that what should we call it. But we are in a very good position where in next 3 years, today we have 15 million, in next 3 years we're projecting we'll have 50 million unique pin locations across all urban cities of Pakistan. Why can't we just give them postcodes? So if I can give postcodes to them, imagine we get rid of the first mile, I pick and pack for you, and then we send out the rider to directly to the exact location, which is through the pin location I have, which is the postcode. And imagine in next 3 years, we make your checkout experience so much better that when the customer lands on your website, he's actually just putting the postcode. He's not doing anything else. He's not putting his address. अभी जब लोग एड्रेस लिखते हैं वो एड्रेस लिखने में गलती करते हैं कोई लाहौर को LHR लिखता है कोई लाहौर को LAHOR लिखता है कोई LAHORE लिखता है that doesn't shows up on Google. That's a problem. So that's something we want to solve because we want to get out and get this parcel delivered. Okay, the last problem is now we've got the postcodes. We've got rid of the first mile as well. The last problem is that इतने riders कहाँ से लेकर आएंगे? क्योंकि अगर आपने घंटे में deliver करना है तो हर घंटे में हमें उतने ही riders चाहिए जितने orders हैं. So we came up with the idea, which is we are calling Uber for riders, which is non-existent in Pakistan today. Now imagine I've got a postcode, I've gotten rid of the first mile, 35 seconds, it's picked and packed. So we'll be building this app within the next 8 months where anybody and everybody can sign up. Even we'll use it for us and eventually we'll move to B2C where anybody else can use it too. We're building this and then the next thing we're building is Slack for customers. I think everybody knows what Slack is. It's a communication tool. So abhi ek aur problem hai, and as where I started from, there's no consumer experience, there is no consumer interaction. What happens today कि customer के लिए कोई नहीं सोच रहा. Customer को नहीं पता चलता कि उसने brand से बात करनी है, हमसे बात करनी है, rider झूठ बोल रहा है, आप झूठ बोल रहे हैं, कौन drama कर रहा है, कौन सच बोल रहा है. अगर if I am picking, packing, if I am getting those orders out, if I am figuring all of this out, so we need to figure something out for the customers. In Slack for customers, we've got their wallet where they can top up, they can prepay the parcel, they can select that either I want cash on delivery or I want a card machine for the rider to come with. They can actually they can put their addresses, they can correct their pin locations, they can actually subscribe to different things, they can live track the rider as well. So that's something we want to build. At the end, this is something really, really exciting. What if we do all of this and the parcel is still not delivered? The customer is still not there. अब वो phone नहीं उठा रहा, pin location पे गए वो घर पे available नहीं था. So we are collaborating with a lot of petrol stations in Pakistan, where we're going to stay because 24 घंटे पाकिस्तान में सिर्फ petrol station खुला है. सबसे safe रात के time सिर्फ petrol station है, और most available thing in Pakistan on the roads is petrol station. So we're collaborating with PSO and Total, where we're saying we're going to put these Pudo lockers. By Pudo, it means pick it up and drop it off. So let's say, Asad, if I go to your house and you're not available, you're actually not there, but you actually need the parcel. What if I put that parcel in a locker near your house, which is on the petrol station, and send you a pickup code that whenever you're free, just go there in the next 24 hours, scan the QR code, put your pickup code. We'll install CDMs, which is cash deposit machines, which will also install card machines with these lockers. So pay there, or you've got the Slack for customers, which is the app, prepay the parcel, scan the QR code, dabba khulega apna parcel le, aur ghar chala jaye. So that's the idea of getting into quick commerce, getting into 1 hour delivery in Pakistan. Last but not the least is we thought that the only thing that can help us grow is you grow, we grow. And I guess I got the pin. So I just ordered this pin while I was coming on the stage, that's how quick I want e-commerce and quick commerce to be in next 3 years in Pakistan. Thank you so much, everyone.